we have. We have the Apollo and we have the Mercury. And this is the way it'll come to you. If you buy 1 to 2 at a time, we can actually get 2 in a box so you have a friend. Or you want 1 of each, you can save on shipping. Okay, this is the Mercury antenna kit. Now it comes with the parts list, and on that parts list there's a way to get into the instructions. And in the instructions it'll to give you measurements for 4 bands. That'll get you pretty close. Leave it a little bit long. There's plenty of wire, and that way you can adjust it to the part of the band that you want. And here's all the parts for it. We have a high quality toroid, magnet wire, all the parts you need to build this. Both of our kits come with high quality silicone wire. This is the most pliable wire that we could find. I actually like winding it straight like this. You can do a figure 8 if you want to, but this looks a little bit neater, I think. Now this is the Apollo kit. Same thing, you get a parts list with a way to get to the instructions on how to build it. You get your coffee and ham radio sticker just like in the other package. All your parts. Again, we have use a good toroid that we buy from a reputable dealer. And again, you get your winder, your wire, and you also get your Velcro strap. This all comes together. It makes it easier for me. I have 3 parts all ready to go here. Okay, let me show you something now. Now people ask me all the time, what's different about your antenna? And really a link dipole and an in-fed half wave, they're all pretty much the same. What makes ours different is the high quality winder. The winder is made with multi-jet fusion out of PA12 nylon, which makes it very strong and durable. I would say this is probably the best winder on the market. At least we think so. We've designed it so that on an in-fed halfway, everything is a straight line from your antenna wire out to your coax. So it makes it easy to put it up in the field. And we use the same winder for both. So that's just a quick look at what we offer and how it comes to you. So if you want one, you can always go to coffeeandhamradios.com and order yours.
That was smooth.
Smooth.
I like that.
Smoother than greased out.
Yeah, I couldn't even tell when you did that.
You couldn't tell
voiceover.
The extra voiceover.
Yeah.
Hey everybody.
Hey Sam.
Welcome to Coffee and Ham Radios tonight. We're going to talk about umbrellas. Oh wait a minute, no, that was HexBeams, but it looked like an umbrella. It was an upside down HexBeam.
Well, I couldn't
Jim,
find
what's
a
going
copy
on?
of a HexBeam
What?
picture that wasn't copywritten.
Oh, okay.
I did like that umbrella was, very colorful.
Colorful.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I thought that was awesome. Just living my best life, making YouTube
Living
videos.
your best life.
When was the last
and
time you made a YouTube video, man? It's been so long.
It was Sunday.
He just did one. He did,
Just
the,
did one.
I made 7 today.
the Maestro
I
or
know
something.
because I have to go to work. I don't work from home every day.
Oh, I don't work from home. Oh, yeah, sorry, I do work from home.
I didn't say I work, son. I said I have to go to work. But I unfortunately cannot shoot YouTube videos at work. That'd be a little awkward.
Oh,
I mean, I'm not sure
Theo?
that anyone would know what I was actually doing, but
Right.
probably not.
Do you have an Android tablet, Jim?
yeah, yes, somewhere.
You should try that FT8CN thing I did a couple of days ago. You'd like that. It would
I
work
haven't
with
seen
your
that
Flex.
video yet.
Yeah. Because that's even more sexy than SDR control.
Okay, I'll have to try that.
Is it really,
Theo.
or are you just saying that to
I don't
No,
know. I think he's
seriously.
shining me on. I'm not sure.
No,
Yeah,
they
I'm
kind of
just-
combined Grid Tracker and FT8 and SDR control all into one really cool little Android app. And that's my favorite part, is watching all the messages fly back and forth on the flat Earth map. Oh,
Well,
Which is fake.
I am a convert, by the way. Thank
So
you,
does
Scott.
that-
Is that for
Thanks, Scott.
like the ICOM radios, like the 705? and all
No,
that?
it's for any radio, but because you have the Flex or the 70 or the 9700 or even the old 7610 that you don't like anymore, you can do it
I
network
say I don't like it.
using the ICOM RSBA1 protocol. Not the software, but you know what I mean. You know what I mean.
Okay, yeah.
hey,
All right, Tio, what do you got going on? What do you want to hit?
Well, we got this new member thing. Hit it 8,
And let's do this one.
but then come back to me. I got something to share.
He got it. What are you doing there, Abe?
Thank you very much, Scott.
Yes, thank you, Scott.
Excellent.
Yeah.
Got the
So
energy.
you asked me what I was doing. I was doing some research, and I have to say I have swung over to the ape side of the house now, and I am a full-on believer. Look at this.
How about that?
This
Birds
bird
are
hit
fake.
the edge. This bird hit the
Yeah, he
edge.
did.
If he goes any farther, he will be off the flat Earth.
Oh my lord.
Wow.
Well, explain it then, James.
I will explain it. his ability to go forward is impeded by the amount of wind, making it appear that he hovers. It's the same reason an aircraft stalls.
No.
Yes. It has nothing to do
wasn't
with
even flapping his
flat,
wings,
regardless.
Do I need to play it
He's
again,
gotten
Abe?
to the
Do I
edge.
need to say irregardless? It has nothing to do with the flat. or
Irregardless is actually a
irregardless.
word. That's in the dictionary now because
It's
those
only in
millennials
the
put that crap in
dictionary
there.
because skinny jeans, latte wearing hippies.
I said
put it
millennial.
there.
It doesn't
Whoa, whoa,
matter
whoa,
how
whoa,
it got
whoa.
there, James.
Calm down. Calm down, James.
It's not a word.
Watch-
What's
watch him
going
get
on
excited
besides
again.
The sweet tea there.
I mean,
That
it's-
doesn't look like he's flying into a headwind to me.
He's
How
right
do you
against
think
the
he's
wall.
sitting there.
He's right against the wall.
Deep fake.
I think it's a glitch in the matrix, or he hit the end of the flat Earth. It's pretty
It's-
self-explanatory to me.
I'm telling you, I'm a convert, man.
See,
heathens,
Convert,
barbarians.
not a convict. Ape, what's going on with you, man?
nothing.
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 Joe
Same
Brett,
with me.
stall might mean fall on your drone, but it don't mean necessarily falling on an airplane.
Auto rotate.
Yeah.
Auto rotate. I don't really
When
have
a drone
anything going on
stalls,
except
it's
for
a very bad day.
No, Antarctica
for-
is at the end.
Yeah,
Antarctica
that
goes
was
all
a
around.
Photoshop part of the thing. Cape
Antarctica
Cod.
goes all around the. Well, there wasn't any ocean. He was just assuming.
Yeah,
do the thing
it's
again,
the
man.
ice wall surrounds the edge.
we got another one.
We got another
TJS 1.0.
That was just an
Well,
optical
awesome.
conclusion. The way that you couldn't see the ice wall.
That's
I
it.
think TJS.
That's it.
These guys are talking so much they can't
So
see.
we got
So
we got
on the other side of that
two
wall
members,
is
Nice
that where
dog.
the wildlings are?
which
Are we-
actually I have an announcement about the membership thing. By the way, we're doing something next week. Y'all want to talk about that?
We are.
Well, do you want me to go ahead and hit the music?
Yeah,
or
let's
do you want to
do the dancing first.
Let's get that one. Let's get
I
that
feel
one.
dancing. I feel like
Now is the time on Cartaway Dance.
So, membership, if there's a button right below our handsome dancing faces that says join, and if you join, you get a whole bunch of different member benefits. One of which is, well, there's like three. One is you get your special icon next to your name in the chat, and the second one is you get a there's a third member benefit that Andy just popped up. You get to do a member milestone chat once a month. You get a special room in the Discord dedicated to all y'all members, and you get to say whatever you want to us. Don't hurt our feelings. Jim's really sensitive about stuff. And then next week,
Regardless, you're welcome.
next Wednesday, we're having a members only private chat on Zoom, not on YouTube, and you got to be a member in order to do it. So you got
Yes.
today's show, and you got Saturday's show where we make it easy for you to join, or you got to go like hunt down the join link all on your own.
Right.
So like today or Saturday,
That's
like
right. That's right.
gets harder after that.
Do members?
All right.
No, son. Are you high? John Sills. Do members get
Raphael.
Ape's call sign?
No.
Well, we can tell you his
nobody
call
gets that.
sign. KT0ADS.
Right, that's my call sign too.
Kazakhstan.
Da-da-da-da-da-da-da.
Tajikistan. Zero. Alaska.
Taipei.
There's
All right.
Dusty, yes. Membership in any of the 5 locations gets you all of those benefits that I just mentioned.
yes.
It does.
And
got a
we
super
owe
sticker
we
right
owe
there.
Andy a dance for his membership and for his super.
Now we
sticker.
danced twice.
How come it's red there?
It's a super sticker.
Oh.
We should change. We could change the name of our hand. Never mind.
Never mind. Never mind.
Just forget it. Forget about it.
Pay me that money.
I think I'm having a stroke.
I saw you in the
Seems
chat
like it.
today.
Ugh.
Yes. All right. So we're going to talk about HexBeams tonight, and I think we're
we
going
are?
to start. We are sometime tonight. I think we'll start with how to make your own HexBeam, and then we'll work into companies that sell HexBeams. And so let me share something here. Now this. Okay. Oh, look at that.
That's true, Mike.
So this I've put this in multiple videos now, and people still ask me where you get the information. But this is what is this guy? G3TXO, and he is the guy that you see the shape of the.
Can you make that bigger, Charles?
I can. You want me to make it bigger?
Got to
Please?
finesse it a little bit.
Does that help a little bit?
That is.
There
that,
you go.
Okay, slow your roll, cowboy. You good? Mm-hmm.
All right. So the old style hex beam used to go all the way around, all 6 sides, I think, something like that. Actually, does he show it down here? Okay, someplace he shows it. And he came up with this new design, and what it ended up being is a little more broad banded than the old style. Now, everybody that sells, and you'll see this later, everybody that sells a hex beam now uses this design, and this is the guy that came up with it. I forget his name. It's in here someplace. But this is build your own hex beam. And if you're going to build one to put at your house, I'll show you the place later here where you get the parts. If you buy the parts that they tell you to get, everything's there for you. You can just measure everything out. It's super easy, a lot easier than what I've done with my portable stuff. Now, a Moxon and a HexBeam are very similar, except for the shape. I think the reason they went with this Moxon is it brings everything in a little bit closer because of the 6-sideds. But sometimes the Moxon actually fits in areas better. I got a friend that's making a Moxon. He said it fits in his area, and they're basically the same thing. They're folded dipole with
Is
a
that
with a
distance
folded.
critical, Chuck, on the distance between
The
the center
distance
point
right
and
here is critical. Yes, they give you all that stuff. I can go through the different. So if you go in here, here's the base plate.
Well, like from the coax feed point, from the coax feed point out to the arm, that distance from the center out, is that critical, or are we just looking at the outer distance?
Let me go back. If you look at these, so here's the driven unit right here, right?
Okay.
So you just basically, each band is a different length, and it goes out to where, like, some of them will come in here. If you look at this, see how they're all in different places.
Okay. All right. Good.
Like 6 will start somewhere around here, and this will be 20. This is like 20 out here. So, and 20 is the highest one, and I believe the reason it has the upside umbrella thing is to keep keep everything in line as much as possible, all the wires. Okay. But if you go through, it says steps to build, and it goes through base plate, spreader arm, center post, and the center post is basically what I did with my portable one. It's a piece of. One of the guys quotes it later. He says this is schedule 4. This is schedule 80. The gray stuff like this, it's pretty strong actually. And then you insert the screws into there, and then you run your coax out the outside. This is the easiest one for most people to do, even though it's not the easiest thing to do this part here with the coax. Getting the links is kind of tough, but and then for some reason it feeds out the top, and I don't know why, but they always feed them out the top. I did feed one from the bottom, just practicing with mine one day, and it seemed to be fine. But if you go in here, it tells you how to make all this stuff. Like I was going to show you guys the plate. Now, this base plate, I'd say 90%.
Liquid tape that they were showing. This stuff is fantastic.
Liquid tape is. You got it, and that's something that they want you to use.
Other Andy
I'm not going to go through.
Celebrating his 9-month membership today. So we owe Other Andy a dance.
Other Andy.
Okay, let's do it.
Other Andy, 9 months.
Nice.
I can't find the thing right here, but hold
You
on.
got it?
I'll play some music.
Andy, Other Andy, thank you very much. Appreciate it, brother.
I forgot what dance I was doing there.
I noticed that. So pretty much almost every HexBeam on the market uses a similar base plate like this. A couple of different, like the Buddy Hex is a little bit different because they got their own style, and the reason they do what they do, I'm pretty sure, is so it's smaller. Okay, but this is pretty, and it tells you, if you go down here, it tells you exactly how to you get a 12 by 12 piece of material, and you start cutting all these, 6 inches, and you get that HexBeam style. And these are like 60 degree, I think is what it is between each one here. Okay, so on this, it'll go down here. Now here's the thing. This is one of the harder parts is making your wire sets. But if you go down here, it tells you. Let's see. Actually, not in this one. It shows you how they're making it. And here's that piece that you're asking me about in between. This goes like, this is the driven wire, and this is reflector wire, and this is
so that's just bungee cord or something.
You want something that doesn't stretch. So it's some kind of. A lot of times it's like a Kevlar or
paracord or something
Dacron.
like that. Mastron.
Yeah. Paracord. That's what I used on mine. Let's see. No, but if you go to specs here, right here, it'll tell you. Now this is for insulated wire, and then down here is for bare wire, and it gives you all the measurements. And even read them like this, you can still mess them up. Let me tell you.
Now, is this antenna? So, how much is this rascal going to weigh, Chuck? When you've got this thing
Well, I think at the
put
at the
together?
beginning here, he says this one weighs. They're all a little bit different. I think someplace in here it said about 25 pounds when we were at the first page.
So,
So
you,
is this-
you need a rather stiff pole to get this thing
Yeah,
up there.
right.
Yeah, and they're light in comparison with some of your bigger Yagis.
But you couldn't put this on a telescoping mast necessarily.
Yeah, and I'll show you. I've got something for that too on a place that tells
all
that
right. Because
recommends
Raphael's
how to build your
asking
stuff.
about that.
They can go up on a fairly lightweight thing with guys. You got to guy it real well. And so here's just showing you how everything kind of comes together. All right. So now, if you're going to build your own, and you're going to leave it up and not make a portable one, I'll tell you the truth. Even if you're making a portable one, I don't think this is a bad way to go. This is called Max Gain Systems. Max Gain Systems sells the kits for all the spreaders. You have 6 1-inch, 6 3/4, 6 1/2, and 6 1 1/4, or 1 1 1/4. And that's I don't remember what that one's for. That might be the centerpiece.
What did this thing end up costing you if you buy all these parts?
You're in that. I don't remember what mine cost. I think you can do it for under 300 doing it yourself.
Oh wow, that's pretty good.
Doing it
I
yourself.
mean, for a 6-band antenna, that's not too bad.
So what if you get a store-bought one? Then you're looking at.
We're going to
5
go
or
through that. We're going to
Like
go through that in a
$3,000.
bit.
Yeah,
But this company
I
right
only
here-
got 2 kidneys, Chuck. I can't.
Okay, but
I had, to
Max Gain
send one of,
Systems.
I had to send one of them to Flex Radio. So
They sell a lot. This place sells a lot of fiberglass products, and this is where a lot of places recommend if you're going to build your own. The first place I told you about. So now this guy here, this is KIO. This is the guy that has that site. What's pretty cool is the guy sells antennas, but he shows you how to make them too. Okay, I mean everybody. I bet you pretty much everybody that's ever sold one or made one has looked at his page. Now, if you look at the picture here, that's on a fairly small pole right there.
can you make your pole bigger, Charles?
Oh, I bet he can.
Oh, you want me to make it bigger?
Don't say when you say it like that. It
There you
just
go.
sounds dirty, Chuck.
Oh, it did
when you
sound
said
dirty
it, Jim,
you
it wasn't
said
dirty at all.
Yeah, it wasn't dirty at all. So it says light enough for a push-up pole mast right here. And this is the guy that's pretty much the guru at one time. And a lot of people make them now.
Didn't
Capable
somebody
of
you were
2,000
hanging out
watts.
with at Quartz Fest have a HexBeam up? Did
Me.
I see one on some of your pictures?
That was mine. Yes,
That was
I had
yours?
mine up.
Okay.
Yeah, I've redesigned mine though. I have to get a day that's nice here and not raining, and a day that I'm not working on that yurt. So what's cool about it is let's see what he sells his for. Buy HexBeam. Okay, for his HexBeam, 20 meters only is $516. They've gone up, and then you add $61 per band.
Booze.
And that's-
man.
So they've
Holy
got. They used to
crap.
be about $500 a few years back, $500-600
For all the bands. So
For everything.
$61 a band seems awful
Go,
expensive.
scroll back down there, Chucky. So
Well, what is this whole
once
thing
it's-
added to the cart?
Quit scrolling.
And you
So
still
1,
need
2,
to supply
3,
the
4.
mast too, right?
That's 300. That's
Oh,
800 and some odd dollars for that antenna with all the bands on it.
That's
Okay,
still
well, hold
pretty
your
good. That's
horses
pretty
because
good, though.
there's more expensive ones than this. Let me
I mean,
tell
is
you.
the hex beam the end all of antennas, or
The HexBeam, they say, and we'll see this later, but the weak link is that pole in the middle where when you look at this, where this pole right here comes down, right here is supposedly the weak link. Everybody thinks it's the arms, but there's one of the makers here that we'll talk about in a minute, and he's saying it like this is schedule 40 at best. Remember I was telling you the gray stuff is schedule 80?
yeah?
Like this is schedule 80 over here. That's pretty strong. This one, but here's the deal: is all the forces are equal though, because you're pulling across from each other on each pole. So there's, you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense to you?
Yeah, you're not trying to yank it as hard
So
as you
you're
can.
really not putting a lot of the force really is on the poles themselves. But they say that this piece down here, that's one of the companies says that this is the weak link here. This breaks, then it makes other things break. Okay.
Where that joins to the mast.
Yes. Yeah, it goes into the mast, and it's where it holds all the wires. Now, This
So if you put a
company here-
bigger sleeve on there that goes further down the mast, that's
Yeah.
probably
Because if that thing
If you want-
catches the wind, you'll have a lot of mechanical tension on that.
Yeah, did you see in mine? I printed the top and bottom pieces to hook the poles on mine, but I stuck a piece of metal through the two to strengthen it. Because I did have one break. It broke because it fell and popped it up though. Now here's HexBeam antenna raising made easy, and I'll make sure we put all these later into the all the links for all these different places. Now this place they're using fence rail, your favorite, Jim.
Heck yeah. Cheap.
And they just
and
go through
reasonably
and how
strong.
they're making these things go up.
I guess it's
And-
TO that doesn't like the fence rail. Somebody doesn't like it, right?
Oh, I don't have a
Fence-
problem with the fence rail.
Yeah,
I love
fence
me
rail's
some
good.
fence rail.
I like it inside the next size up personally, as a piece in between both sides. But there's a lot of information here, and they're talking. I mean, you can use see the rotor here. Well, that's actually a pretty nice rotor there. But you can use a TV rotor.
Mike is sassing you, Chuck.
Mike who? Well, he got retracted there. I don't know. What did he say?
He's saying a Yagi will outperform a HexBeam on the same band. Why is that? Why would that be?
Well,
Wider
that
makes
bandwidth,
sense.
more bandwidth on a Yagi.
Well, he's talking 3 elements versus 2 elements. Of course, it will.
So take that, Mike, N8YO.
Take that, Mike.
Well, I was curious about the why more than
But-
his SAS.
But
specific.
there aren't a whole lot of Yagis. You can buy Yagis that'll get you 6 bands, but they're going to be really heavy. I mean,
Right.
comparatively.
Right? Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Yagis are, I'll tell you, these are full size, actually, tell you the truth. And a lot of the Yagis, like my Tri-Bander's not a full, it doesn't have full size elements. And it's pretty close to this, and it's 3 elements.
Look at
But yeah,
Hamstick
it's
Eric
whatever
with
you
our
want.
Car Mercury. Booyah.
Oh, yeah.
That was also made by
But
Charles.
this company shows you, and this is what they're putting these on the outside, which I like them on the inside, but on the outside like this, you're seeing these little couplers to put the 2 pieces of pipe together. The nice thing about this is you have a place to guy it.
Well, it looks like they have a coupler and a reinforcer, right? So that would be something on the
Right.
outside and the inside. Yeah.
Yeah, it's been a while since I read it, but yeah. So they sell these, I think. So you guys can check this out. And like I said, we'll put it down in later.
Jeff, I cannot imagine that would come out well with ice and snow.
That's okay. There's now. Let's see.
Well, nothing does, right? I mean,
When
the
you
ice and
go
snow
in-
I
is-
know, but yeah. Well, I mean, I would. I'm not trying to pimp DX Commander antennas here necessarily, but it's something like a DX Commander would hold up better in ice and snow because it's vertical. With all that horizontal space, you're going to catch it. If you get a freezing rain, you're screwed. That antenna's going to
If
die.
it don't fall down,
Yeah.
mine usually fall down. But they have ice more like the rope stuff to help with the ice and stuff. So they do have that, like support cords.
Scott, you're right. Just turn the juice up, give it the beans.
Yeah, I mean, ain't nothing to it but to do it, right? So here's MFJ. I'm not
Mike,
sure
I
if
know
they
that.
still make this, but they sell one. But they also, if you look at this one, see, this is 20 right here, but up here is 40. So this is an extension kit they sell. And I believe when they do 40, most of the time 40 is just a rotatable dipole.
Yeah, if you had a 40-meter hex setup, that would be a
Yeah.
big boy.
Yeah, 40 meter anything is big, but down here it's $599 for theirs, $600, and then there's that kit's extra. I saw it someplace there before. So this is another place, and I guarantee that if you look at it, it looks the same in there. See there, it's got the little HexBeam plate. It's hard to see, I know. They didn't have any better pictures.
Now, what kind of height do you have? Is there a
say
recommend?
they don't-
Somebody, Liberty Cave mentioned this in the chat, and I'm
It's
curious
like
about it.
25 feet or so.
That's it.
25, 30 feet is, they say they work really well there. There's a guy, Jimmy, and Jimmy does a lot of, he's out of New Mexico. And that guy works with a lot of people with their audio and their radios and stuff. Especially guys with the ICOMs, you need a little extra work on them. But he is loud all the time. So from 20 to 6, this is what he uses. and then he uses a off center fed for his lower bands. But
You get me
Jimmy's the
fired
one that
up,
has
son.
the
I want to.
YouTube channel, right?
I don't know that he has a YouTube channel. No, it's something DOB, K4T DOB, something like that. Now this is in NA4RR. I was actually when I was thinking about buying from this guy. He's got a nice little video on how to put it together and everything. And if you see right here, he actually gives G3TXO his props for that design, and he designed his after that also. That's the newer style.
Now,
And
how
he
high,
wants
how high is your
$660.
HexBeam?
My HexBeam?
Yeah.
When I
Now
put
it's
it
on
up,
the
it's
ground.
When you
on
deploy
the
it, how
ground.
high do you?
Around 20, 25 feet.
Okay.
And we got Hayden, and Hayden was on his buddy Hex at the time, and he was fairly loud. And he said we were fairly. Actually, we sounded pretty loud on his deal. So this guy, this is an American-made one. The first company I think is made in the UK.
Yeah,
The
we
guy
don't
that
support
invented
them.
We
the
don't want no
G3
British
TXO.
stuff over here, man.
Yeah.
And this guy does stuff a little different. Let's look at his parts here. There's this base plate. I like this design personally. This is what I'm doing for mine now, for my portable one, because I can just slip things in really quick and not have to use clamps. The problem with the clamps, you have to be really careful not to, tighten them too
Bust
tight with the
something, right?
U-bolts. Yeah, you can bust something.
Well, see, like the thing is with this, I wonder if you could. Well, I guess it would be a pain in the ass, but I was saying if you could use PVC sleeves, right, to cut down on weight, but you
Yes.
used to have to somehow still fix the PVC.
I was wondering
to
that
the-
too.
Well, what it looks like he does is, if you can see right here, let's see. He
What if those are silver
he
painted
bolts
PVC?
it there.
I wonder
I
if there's
think it's
enough
metal.
tension in the mix that you don't even need the plate. Like once you get everything strung up properly, there's equal tension in all directions.
Yeah, but you have to have something to hold it.
Are you sure that? I don't think that's even metal, Chuck. I think those are PVC.
I think it's metal. I think it's
It looks
metal.
like
end-
metal to me, son. But
Look
it
at
could
the
have
end
some
welded
Krylon.
Embiggen your picture, Charles.
See
It
that
could have
center
Krylon on
that
it.
center hole is welded to the metal plate.
Yeah, see this welding? I've never seen anybody weld
I wasn't
that
talking
stuff
about that.
before.
I was talking about.
And you're
those-
talking about
those-
these, I know.
Yeah, I think those. Are,
I think they're metal though. I really do. Because look right here where he's drilled it. At least it needs a little bit.
yeah,
of
but
wood
look
still.
at the edge right there. Look how uneven that edge is. That's somebody
that's-
just trying to smooth out plastic instead of. And I'm not saying it's a bad thing. I'm just saying.
No, man, that's somebody hitting that on a belt grinder in order to take the sharp edge off.
Maybe.
Yeah, it probably says in here. You might. I'm pretty sure it's metal though. So and then he does the center post. Here's his center post, square one. Like you'll see that one of the other companies does that also. This is tricky doing it this way because there's an inner. One of them goes to positive one, and one goes to your ground, to your shield. So these have to be separated. These two bolts, and that's where your two wires come together for your drivens.
Well, you
Box
got to
says
keep them
he's using
separated.
That one.
Right. What's that?
Iowa Hank
There's
said
another
he's
look.
using that NA4RR.
Is he? I've heard nothing but good things about his. To tell you the truth, there, look at that.
That's some clean
welded.
welding right there.
It is. You're stacking the dimes, baby. If you can stack dimes, you can weld, huh?
Oh yeah. Welding's an art, man. I love welding. Mm-hmm. I wield metal with fire.
And then he does. Let's see. He uses all stainless steel.
Right, Anthony, put up a DX Commander right by the fence.
And there's his. That's how
You
he
can
does
see
his wires go through there.
With a Jubilee clip.
Yeah. And there's just another picture. This one may be. See, he may be insulated right there.
Yeah.
That washer. Let's see. And then he's using Kevlar Dacron on his rope. And there's the end piece. And that's a really nice job the way he did that. I've seen some that weren't as nice.
Is that an
have been sold.
aglet on there?
It's an S. It's an S. Oh, this thing here.
Yeah.
I forget what they call those. It's like it just crimps. I've got some of those. He's got testimonials and stuff. So I was really close, and his price is $660 shipped. So that's not too bad. And he hasn't really gone up.
Well, that's
about
not
what
too
it
bad
was.
to get all that stuff in there and not have to do all the cutting and the drilling and the measuring. And
All
the
you're doing is
slicing.
putting it together. All you're doing is putting it together. You do. I think you do have to measure out like where everything goes.
Now you got to get your own mast.
Maybe. You still need to get your own mast. All these are that way, pretty much.
So will that
Buddy
work
Hex-
with,
Buddy
will
Hex
that-
Now
sells
we're
you.
gonna get a
Tells you.
copyright strike. Thanks, Joe Brett.
What do you do
Ruined
now?
everything, Joe Brett.
Singing
Will,
lyrics.
will that work on a? Will that work on a chain link top rail? Is there? What's the mast size that he's asking for on that?
Yeah, if you went back to that place that I showed you, this
Well, I
one
was
here,
looking at about that one, for example.
that's what they're using here. A lot of these is chain link. I think I said that earlier, didn't I?
you did, but I'm amazed he's got chain link up that high.
And that's what they're doing. That those parts at the bottom. is-
Whoa, I'm gonna have a seizure. Slow down on that
This
scroll.
this stuff here is why he's able to do that, Jim. He's putting stuff inside and putting stuff on the outside. See
Okay.
the picture over here to reinforce the joints. The joints are your weak points.
Yeah. Well, yeah, because that's what I did. I have two sections on the mast out by the shop, and I have
So you're
I-
20 feet.
I put a 20 feet, and I have a piece of Schedule 40 around it, and then drilled in just to stiffen the whole thing.
Is that where you have the jank discone?
No, the jank disc cone is on the ground where it can contact the
Where it
turd
fell?
that it came from.
Where's the
What do
good
you have
one
on
at?
the mast?
The good disc cone, the diamond.
Oh,
Oh,
gotcha.
okay.
Oh, Diamond Jim. That's right. Forgot
Diamond
about that.
Jim. That's right, boy. Don't you forget it.
So now,
Like a
now we're
car
going to
sale.
get into more specialized. The Buddy Hex is a portable. There's a couple companies. This company and the next company both sell portables. Unfortunately, they don't
That
give any
looks
real
sketchy.
pictures. It's actually pretty nice. I mean, but you don't. There's no good pictures of it really in there.
Well, I meant that first picture. That thing looks awful high for that little tiny tripod.
Well, it's guide. You see the guys are right here. It's
Okay.
guide there and guide
No,
there.
because the picture is tiny, Chuck.
I tell you, when we were
He's
looking at
just
these
getting
things,
me back, right?
Yes.
when we were
You-
looking
you
at
need a
these things
second
down
monitor,
in
dude.
Florida, they look pretty good. They're-
Look at Chuck pimping the second monitor now that he's
You
got
need another
one.
monitor, man.
I got a great monitor. I just can't see a little tiny
I wish
picture
we
in
had-
the middle
I
of
wish
all
we
that
had-
real estate.
I wish we had better. I know. I wish we had better pictures of it because there's.
The hell was that?
Calm down, boys.
To your
Calm
corners,
down.
boys. To your corners.
If you look at if you can see this picture here, there. See how small theirs is in the centerpiece, and that is to keep it to where it goes in their bag easily, because that regular piece that we talked the base plate before, that doesn't fit in a bag very well. Okay, so there's a few places that sell. They're not the first one to actually sell a portable one. This G3TXQ, this company here, they sell both. This is their ultralight 6-band D Expedition HexBeam. They've been doing this for years. Very similar. If you look at how it's made, this centerpiece here, this is very much like what Buddy Hex uses on theirs. For the actual, this is where your two wires go, and what they've done here is they've separated side by side. That's an easier way to do it. Some of the other ones that I've seen that you have to like thread stuff inside, but they're using a little different setup here, which is it looks similar to what Buddy Hex uses, but they're different. And Buddy Hex has like something like this it's a little different looking. I've only seen it once, so I can't really remember.
Are these in stock? Because Eric's saying those are almost impossible to buy. Are they always
the
out
buddy,
of stock,
the
Eric?
buddy hacks are impossible to buy.
The Buddy Hex is terrible. I mean, he's 1,000 out or something. I don't know about this company here. It says email for availability, and I've never emailed them for availability. But this company also does. They have their own big HexBeam also, and I like the style. Actually, I really like the way this one's done. They've taken the regular base plate, and they're using U-bolts to hold it on there. Let me see if I can make it bigger for you. Jim.
Well, it looks like they did a little trimming on that thing to lighten it up a little bit.
Yeah, and I kind of like that. It looks kind of cool. And they did put the tubes in. I kind of like the tube setup in there. I'm sure there's good and bad about both ways of doing it, but I think if you're less likely to crush this piece of aluminum than you are the piece of fiberglass that goes in there, right?
Yeah. Well, the thing is that with those bolts, it makes maintenance easier. Like those other ones that we were looking at, where the guy had the screw thing in there. If that busts and you need to get that screw out, you might have a little bit of trouble. I guess you need one of them.
I'm sure it's just a nut
screwdrivers or
and
something.
bolt, though. I'm sure it's just a nut and bolt.
It looked like it was
If they're really
screw.
slick, they just weld them on there, right? Now,
Yeah, but if you have to do maintenance on, is what I'm saying.
now remember I was telling you have to separate these two sides. It's hard to see, but right there, there's a. Let me see if I can make this a little.
I can see a nylon washer.
Can you see it? There's a nylon washer
Yeah.
there. There we go. And somehow you have to separate on the inside too, because if I saw somebody did something the other day, and it was, I'm guarantee it was all grounded out. But kind of a nice setup, and this is their more at home setup. Let's just see if they show a price on these. Oh, £649. So what's that, 7 something?
No, it's
Alexa,
more than
convert
that.
649 pounds to dollars.
You're asking
Oh.
Siri to do it?
649 pounds is $776 US dollars. and
700 and-
66 cents.
$776.
And I'm sure there's some steep I don't know,
Plus-
shipping
plus
on that
shipping.
from the UK. This guy's in the
Probably
UK
50,
also.
50 or $60 in shipping. Probably more because of the weight of the parts, I would guess.
And this guy, he sells the extension kit too. See, from here up is 40. Let's just see if he says.
And the first time an Alabama windstorm came along, I'd be afraid that thing would be in the neighbor's pasture.
Oh, he's actually showing pictures of it. I like this when they actually show some. Now here's your. You need a ballon on these things. So they say.
Ape, is that a transformer ballon? That's a 1-to-1, basically.
I'm sorry, I was looking up some prices.
Right here.
Yeah, a 1-to-1 is like a choke ballon. So that transformer ballon, I would say, is a 1-to-1, but it looks
Usually
like
it's a 1-to-1. And
It looks like there's
the
three,
Buddy Hex.
three wires they running through that though. Can you click on that?
Say that. Say it again. I was
Click
reading
on the
something, sorry.
toroid, Chuck.
Yeah, click on that.
Toroid. I can't. It doesn't do anything.
Look in the top right hand corner. Get back. There you go. There's a big one.
No, that opens up some garbage and
Yeah, that's something else.
Well, that
It's
was
That
usually
looks
a
like
1-to-1.
3 strands of wire running through that.
well, that's what I thought.
I see a blue one and a copper one for sure. Looks like
Here,
looks like
hang
2
on,
coppers
hang
side by side.
I think the blue. They just have the insulation off so you can see it.
Oh, keep going, Chuck. There you go.
Yeah, it's. I've never seen one built quite like that before. It looks like you got
Yeah.
magnet wire with one in the middle that has the something over
there-
it too.
Well, it's probably.
Oh, this
like a
has stuff
Teflon
on it
tube
right here. Oh, this
Yeah.
has this is like tubing over the top. Maybe it is like
I've
that.
seen
Maybe
people
they
do
took it
that.
off.
That might just be twin wire in there with tubing on the top. I can't tell.
Right. And then this is how they're extending for 40. They're clamping on, putting the clamps on there, and then extending that up higher. It says new improved. I'm pretty sure these are usually just. Somebody told me that they were 2 elements, but I've never seen that in writing anywhere. But He just gives you your specs, and he's using the same design as everybody else. Yeah, see, it's just a 40 is just a dipole,
Just a dipole.
or rotatable dipole, which at high enough it probably helps some.
Oh, I ain't arguing, but like just a dipole.
Yeah,
Only the most common reference antenna on the planet.
that is
But,
true.
but a 40-meter dipole, it's got to be 66 feet in the air in order to.
be
Okay,
effective.
see, Jim, here's what. See, Jim, here,
Efficient.
look here.
See,
the
snow's
snow,
one
baby.
thing, ice is another.
Ice is more, what I'd worry about, or wind.
Oh, I mean, I've been in an ice storm. It's
Ice
terrible.
increases the wind load, yeah.
Yep.
Or if you get that wet ass snow, you know what I'm talking about?
Yep. Not the chap ass snow, but the wet ass snow.
I don't know
Right.
what Joseph's is. He says, whose instructions are these? Oh, Joseph's building a spider beam. The advantage of spider beam is it's 3 elements, I think.
Like a cobweb. Is it?
No, spider beam's just a different way of building it. Spider beam sells them, but they actually give you all the info for it too. Here's a gallery if you want to look at some.
Did they?
good
They had
ones.
something about the gain figures on that too.
The gain. We're going to talk about the next company. The gain should be about the same on any of these. I don't see how gain can be any different on one to the next. as long as they're all set up right. Because they're all running the 2 elements, they're all running the same wire. I mean, pretty much.
So one hex beam is basically the same as any other hex beam, other than maybe
That's
the
I
materials.
can't.
Well, it's like a dipole's a dipole's a
Yeah.
dipole.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, there's some claims, and we'll talk about that. But there's a bunch of pictures of it. See, a lot of people do this.
Well, you get some people who'll be like, well, I think the Buddy Hex sound better. It just sounds better to me. You know what I mean?
Yes.
But
Right.
That guy.
I mean, if you have them both set up right next to each other and you got your little A/B switch going back and forth, can you really tell the difference?
Now, is that
This
a
is
little low? That's not
This
a
is
deployed antenna.
well.
right?
If you look at this is a pretty slick setup. See, if you look at this, see how it's deployed the right way right now. It's because he's got a joint here,
so he can
and this
work
makes-
on that thing.
so he can bring it down and leave it
And-
like it's
and lay
supposed
it
to be
flat.
instead of yeah. Because when they come like mine, I can only bring them down so far, and I can barely reach them. I mean, if you had a bigger antenna than I have,
Mm-hmm.
it would be even harder.
Yeah, that's a
Yeah.
that's a slick setup.
So now, I haven't. I just found this guy here recently, and I guess he was at the last Hamfest you guys were at. This is
Yeah, we were talking to
VHQ HexBeam. Now he says in his literature, not all hex beams are created equal, and there's more to that. But he says he has the highest gain of any hex beam, and I don't. Maybe we'll have him on the show, and he can tell us how he's getting higher gain.
Right,
than
it was
everybody else.
verified in the advertisement that he bought for CQ magazine.
Okay.
Right.
I'm just kidding. I don't want to make fun of anybody and talk trash because
Are
when
you
we were there,
speculating?
we didn't really talk to them that much. They seemed very nice, but when people measure their antenna in terms of dBi versus DBD,
Mm-hmm.
I raise an eyebrow to that.
Well, and he's a little bit higher
Especially
than what
this
most
antenna.
claim. So, but he does do a really nice job, and here's his.
I mean, he says all
he-
hex beams are not created equal right there in his ad, and that's on the internet, man.
And he's the one that says that the weak link is the
the
centerpiece,
plate.
is the plate. Now look, now he does use. Now he also claims a wider frequency. The band is just a little bit wider on
A
the
bigger Q.
on the SWR, and I believe it because he uses 12 gauge wire versus everybody else's
And his
14
wire
gauge.
is got like a coating, like a plastic sleeve on the outside. I don't know if it's PVC or if it's not silicone or what,
And now,
but his materials looked really, really good.
yeah, it's a nice looking thing. And this if you look at the middle picture here, do I need to make this bigger? It says I can hit this. It didn't really work. Let me try to go up a little bit. Okay, if you look, now he does stand his coax off, and I don't know if that has something to do with it somehow. Maybe it doesn't get in the way or something, or interact with everything. And he's using the 5 toroids, the ones that go over the coax. So, and
Ron
then,
has a question for you, Charles.
what's this question? Would
You
the
got 3
spacing-
screens. I would hope it's on one of them.
With the spacing between the driven element and the reflector using the cord change gain, there could be something there. I don't know. Most places, that one place gives you a specific measurement, but maybe that is something that he's done. I don't know. We should probably see if we can get him on the show sometime and see maybe he can explain
And
it.
talk
But
about it.
he does a nice job on the ends up there. That's kind of what I was doing with mine with the heat shrink and stuff. And basically, like I said, they're all very similar. I don't get this piece here in the middle because that's not what he has up there. I don't know what that. It doesn't explain that, but it looks like he does a nice job. And he does the U-bolts that hold the poles in.
And what
and
are
one of
those
the things
poles? Are those
These
plastic?
are fiberglass. They're fiberglass like
fiberglass,
everybody
okay.
else. And I
Carbon
think
fiber would be better.
no, it might interact though. I'm not sure.
Carbon fiber. Right?
All right, hang
Hand
on.
port.
Hang on.
Hand court. Dun dun.
Abe, do you have something to say about carbon fiber?
Well, I mean, carbon fiber causes you problems. You get the interference when you use that, right? Let me see if I can find.
I was hoping for something more. You don't even know he's full screen.
No,
Okay.
no.
Now he's the one that's. This is the guy. This is where I found out the information that they say that the failure of the middle part. Now, if you look at his, That's a solid piece. I think that's fiberglass in the middle there, the reddish orange part.
Fiberglass interact.
So everybody else uses either PVC. Now he misquotes the PVC because he's talking Schedule 40, and it's actually what he shows is Schedule 80. But look at the thickness of this square tube there. It's pretty thick compared to a lot of the.
Well,
other
it looks
ones.
like 1/4-inch aluminum.
Yeah. So this one, it is heavy duty looking. I'll give him that. And there's
It is, man. Because when we were there, Tio and I were kind of like, "What the heck?" Looking at it because it is. It looks like it can fall down in an ice storm and be fine.
Oh yeah, looks like you could commit a few
so it
crimes
looks-
with that.
It looks pretty nice. Now, let's see. Now, here's the specifications and stuff.
That'll get the Mars comment for sure from the neighbors. What are you listening
He
to, Mars?
says he's
on
doing 2 meters
Yes,
too as
yes,
a
I am.
dipole. So he has 2 meters in there too. Look at the price. His 1650 though.
Okay.
So all that
To
extra
be fair, it's a legitimate piece
heavy
of
stuff.
kit.
Well, I know, but I hope he's sending some
I
entertainment
think
with that.
this is
for
Some
that price.
entertainment.
This one is plug and play. You have to put
I
it
changed
together
what I was gonna
yourself. You have to put it together yourself, but everything's ready to go, which a lot of these are.
Oh my God, Richie! Thank you so much for the super sticker. We appreciate it.
Yeah, thank
Richie's
you, Richie.
Radio Room. Check out his channel on YouTube too. He's not
Very-
paying me to say
oh,
that.
very much.
Oh,
This
we're
is
gonna get
good.
yelled at for this one.
It's a little fast for me.
Yeah, you're a little old, man.
I'm still dancing even though nobody can see me behind Richie.
Oh, I can
Today's
see your
special
head.
guest
Your-
is
I
Richie
see
from
your-
Richie's Radio Room.
Richie,
So-
thank you a lot, man.
So he shows the lowest SDWR, and that probably is with the extra 12 gauge wire. That probably helps a little bit there.
Rig
I'm at-
expert measured.
Yeah,
measured
you
it with
can't
a
trust
rig
those
expert.
measurements if you use. a
Oh,
rig
you
expert.
stop it, you
No.
flathead.
And he
No,
says
you
3,500 watts.
Was that rig expert calibrated before he took those measurements?
No,
Probably not. Damn it. So Jim, he says 30 feet is what they're measuring all this at.
Okay. Yeah, I mean, so you include a free sticker at least. I
Yeah.
forget. See, I almost said something because we have law enforcement on this
Oh,
chat.
I don't know if he got a sticker or not, man. He didn't say anything about stickers.
Joe Brett got stickers. I'm just saying.
He did. So, and he sets it up for a 2-inch mast and 1.5 inch, 1.75 adapter. So.
Adapters. I can't
38 pounds
remember
for
what
his.
chain link fence pole is. I think it might
It's
be
pretty
2 inch.
small. It's probably more like 1.5
it's 2 1/4, right?
No.
I don't know. I'm
I
trying
don't
to
know what
remember.
chain link you're putting up. You're talking about the chain link from Home Depot, right?
Yeah, I haven't put up chain link in probably 25, 30 years, and I hope to never do it again.
ever again.
Back when your firstborn back when your firstborn was born. I was gonna say back when your firstborn was daughter.
Yeah, well, I got to tell you, one of that's a job that sucks. But one of the worst jobs I've had is I have
Raising kids is a job that sucks.
the fence. I had a buddy that had he needed the motor in his well pump replaced. And I went over there thinking it wasn't that deep, and it was like 200 feet down or something like that. And we had to pull it out by hand. It was the worst.
Did you put on a harness and go down the hole, or
No, I mean the hole was only like maybe 10 inches around or something like that. And we started pulling it out, and the pipe that he was using was just covered with like wet clay. So I mean, I looked like I was one of those hippies at the festival. You know what I mean? When it was raining, just by the end of the thing, I was just completely coated with like this like red clay. It was
I
Right.
helped a buddy build a deck in Alabama in the summertime, and this was 35 years ago. Oh my God! And we didn't have no nail gun, so we're out there with hammers,
No nail gun.
banging in decking nails.
You're a real
we used a
carpenter, huh?
screwdriver. You use a drill and use screws to put the decking in. That made it so much easier.
I'm sure.
Now
And
they
then
have the
he was
ones that are
changing
hidden.
out his fence, and he wanted to put up a privacy fence, and he asked if I was available to help. I said, no, I have a secret government trip to somewhere that ain't got no damn fence in it.
Right, I got the
I got a
Rickets.
medical thing. I can't.
right. I got rickets or something.
And he got a couple other buddies out there of ours.
No offense to anybody that's got rickets.
And they're out there with
No
postal
offense.
diggers putting in a damn fence. And the
Exactly.
dumbass always
those
did this
rickets
stuff
activists
in
out
the
there.
summertime. Always.
I got mine right here, man.
Right, they always
Why
want
don't
to
you-
do the work in the blistering heat.
Why don't you do this in January when it's only 40 outside instead of 97? Dork. Whatever.
Because then it's raining.
True.
snowing.
True. Possibly.
The rain's killing us right now and getting stuff done. Well, that's about all I know. Not that I know a lot about HexBeams other than I've
Dude, that was
been
50
building
solid minutes. I don't know nothing.
I don't know. Well, I just throwing up stuff that was there.
Todd, I ain't a damn plumber, man. I got nothing to do with plumbing. I see leaky water, I call a professional.
So I'll put links. I'll try to, or somebody will put links in. But to all this stuff, that first one I showed you guys, if you want to build your own, or even if you're not building your own and you're building one that you buy, there's a lot of tips and stuff in there on how to do everything.
Hey, look who rolled out of bed over there in Poland.
Coastal
Walter!
Waves.
Kobe got up on the right side of the cage. Oh, wait, that's Ape.
Right. I get out through the bottom.
Yeah.
So, Chuck,
So-
we need to adjust the commercial. We need a little lead time for that because we cut off the first part when you were saying, I am Chuck.
We did. I heard it.
Yeah, because you're in the studio, Chuck.
Oh,
But everybody out there didn't.
I wasn't going to tell him that, but okay. Mr. Pedantic
What we need
down
to
there
do
will
is
take
like
care of it.
what T.O. would do,
That's what I'm
right?
here
You need
for.
to put up a static image
Yeah.
and then go live and then hit the video play
Yeah.
button.
And my commercial wasn't designed for an intro either. No, we can absolutely add those in. But I don't know in StreamYard if there's a way to scooch past the 5-second intro picture.
No,
think
you got to
there
do it
is.
manually. You got to actually do some real producing. I'll show you how it's done next time.
You could just say, I'll help you, Jim.
I said I'll show you how it's done.
No,
Get
no,
it,
no,
get
no,
it, but
you
you're
were
all
like,
sensitive like.
School you, boy.
Calm down, boys.
I'll school you, man.
Oh, my God.
Awesome. Yeah, that was. They're good antennas. I mean, and you have to do like if you have ice and stuff like that, you just got to do extra precautions on them.
They look awesome. I mean, the thing is that to have one portable, like that you would take out and set up for a day or something, to me that seems like it'd be a giant pain in the crank. Now, if you were going camping or something, you were going to be there for the weekend. I could see that, or a longer term home installation. But to me, I would never even want to be like, let's go POTA with the HexBeam.
Not the one I'm going to do a video on here in the near future, but the one I'll do after that, I'll have it down to 10 minutes. Be able to set it up in 10 minutes or less.
Well, that sucks,
Anybody.
Andy. I'm sorry to hear
Almost
that.
anybody.
I apologize.
Yeah, it was an accident.
One day I'll tell you a true paramedic. One day I will tell you a true paramedic story about the Amoco incident.
Oh, this is a new story.
Yeah,
One
you've
day-
never heard the Amoco incident.
One day, next
One day
Wednesday,
in
I will
Amoco.
tell you.
Like months after you told me the one story, I was thinking about it, and it made me sick again. Like I must have when you told the story.
Yeah.
I'm starting to get queasy now thinking about it. I don't know if I want to hear the Amoco story.
The Amoco
I'd say-
story is on par with that.
Tell that one when I'm have that day off.
Jeff says there's not much difference from the design of the 1956 ARRL handbook, but I bet you the one in that one is a different style. And it's not as broad-banded as this one. I don't know for sure. I don't know when
Code Brown.
the guy came up with this
Yes,
stuff, but
it was a Code Brown.
that's the routing the things down the front there. That was what made them a little more broad-banded. The other thing that
it used to be
HexBeams
a
have
single
is really
piece of
good
wire.
back to front. Yeah,
Right,
it
it was
used to
a
go all the way
single-
around, I think.
But it left the one end
And
open,
with poles. Yeah.
right?
Yeah. The other thing about them, they have pretty good front to back on them also.
What do you say?
And front to-
1956 handbook. Hold on, let me see what I got over
Abe's
here.
probably
He's
got
probably
that.
he's probably got it. So the front, guys, if you don't understand front to back, is being a directional antenna. It shuts off
Front
the
to
sides and the back.
Side to side.
What was? Who was it? It was the last guy we were looking at. Not the last guy. It
I
was
got the
TPGX.
76. I don't have the 50.
I was gonna be
40.
You
shocked
weren't
if you
even,
had
were
the
you even
56.
alive in 76?
Listen, that's
No.
my personal business, not yours.
No, he
I'm
was
wasn't.
it
doing
called,
some
a
math
HexBeam?
here, and I'm thinking you probably thought, never mind.
Jim, Ape hasn't aged very well. He's actually 36.
36.
He's the youngest of all of us.
We have a guy at work that no matter how old you are, when you say it, he's like, "You're only," and then says the age that you just said. It's pretty funny when you see him do it. But
Oh man, I'm gonna hurry today.
QRS.
We haven't heard this tonight, so I just got to play it.
Playing cards with my brother's kids or something. You know
Jesus
that.
Christ, I can't read the book. Hold on a second
Sitting
here.
here playing cards with my brother's kids or something.
Oh my God, Jim. We're gonna have to go to producer school.
It was out of loop before we started this show because I set it out of loop.
Oh, that was What's the 40?
But if we all walked across the backyard, you'd be the one that stepped in the turd, Jim. I'm just
Probably
saying.
so.
Ape, you're looking mighty spiffy with them glasses on.
Killing me, Smalls.
I'm in the index, and I don't see anything for HexBeam. Doesn't mean it's not in here, but I don't see it.
You don't see it?
No. Maybe I'll look that up for another show or something like that.
You are fake news.
You are.
Chuck, that was really interesting, actually.
Okay, thanks, man. There,
So
yeah,
how
no,
do-
you don't like antennas.
Well, I mean, I
That
don't
much-
get
that
into
much.
building them like you do. No, I like a good antenna. I like good antennas, and I cannot lie. But, my problem with the way the layout here is I don't have a tower. I don't have enough
Taking a
land
gulp of that Long Island.
that I could put up a tower, really. I'd have to get my brother to fence off cattle
Here's
pasture.
another one everybody needs.
Yeah.
Let's see what they got about.
Well, the nice thing is you don't have to have a tower for it.
Yeah, oh, that's what I'm saying. That's what makes that really interesting.
Yeah.
And I'd like to...
And you don't
I mean,
have
I'm
to have
thinking
a
about
tower
buying
for
a kit.
small Yaggies either, to tell you the truth. I mean, you can get by. You just need to be able to guy it real well.
Well,
Never-
height is might, though, but if that thing can operate
Yeah.
decently at 20 to 25 feet, then...
Yeah.
Boom.
Most people have them around 25 to 30 feet or 20 to 30 feet. I've run my Yagi at 10 feet. It works good. Still works good. Just not as good, probably.
I mean, you're getting DX on it?
Oh, yeah. But it's at like 46, 48 feet now.
Yeah, because you got a tower, didn't you?
I do.
Yeah.
Hey, Dennis is here. Adam.
Dennis
Adam
has been here. I
He's
already
snuck
spoke
in.
to
There's
Dennis.
Kevin's
Oh,
in
I
there,
see.
too.
Oh,
And Mike said
Kevin's
he
here.
was
He is
editing
here.
video, and could we start over because he missed it.
oh, who was?
K8MRD said he was editing
Oh, yeah.
video, so
He was
please
probably
start
out
over.
doing another POTA today. I hear he quit doing POTA the other day, though. At least that's what the thumbnail said.
That's right, Kevin. I'm going to plant a stick
Armstrong rotator, that's right.
forward from there.
The Armstrong. Yeah, I wouldn't put one of these on my little rotor, on my little 12-volt rotor that I put out of the video on.
Lee. Ape's daughter stole his tumbler.
Yep, she sure
She
did.
did.
Right.
He's never even used it.
I don't
I
think he's
am-
ever even seen
I am
it. Have you
representing-
seen it?
I saw it come out of the box.
Oh, you did? Mm-hmm. I got mine. Mine's got
Well, I mean,
water
I
in
have
it.
mine, but I was drinking a Diet Dr. Pepper, which I'm not going to put in the tumbler because it
Why
would,
not?
Hexagon.
It
It
keeps
would
cold
detract
stuff
from
cold.
my Diet Dr. Pepper experience.
I just put water in mine today.
Sucking that bottle down.
That's right.
'Cause
I had
I need
hot
another one,
cocoa in
too.
mine tonight. I'm going through a breakup. I went to the gas station last night. I was hungry. I bought a bag of Chex Mix, a cream soda, and a pint of Blue Bunny ice cream. My wife looked at me and said, "Who'd you break up with?"
Are you pregnant?
Because I got breakup food. It's freaking awesome.
Right.
The 9-foot tall dude behind the gas station counter was not amused. He was seriously
She was,
Sasquatchian.
The old lady went to the Fancy Pants grocery market yesterday. Fresh Market. I don't know if y'all have one up that way at all. And so she came home with like some weird snacks, sesame sticks. Have y'all ever had those?
Oh, yeah. Kind of like a
Yep.
breadstick.
Yeah, they're awesome.
God almighty, I love those things.
Yeah, they are awesome.
Yes.
They're just a hair better than pretzels.
I'd agree with that.
I
I'd agree with
suppose I
that.
could. If you
Now,
give me a second.
now, my buddy at
You didn't
work,
find it?
No, I did.
my buddy at
Oh, you
work
did
showed
find
me a
it?
cool way to jazz up pretzels.
Give me 1 second here to figure
Little
this
mustard?
out.
No, what he does, and
Little
it's
honey-
on the internet.
honey
I
on
found
it's
it on
really
the
good.
internet, but I just never had anybody do it. We had a vendor give us a Christmas present every year, and one of the presents in the box was always this giant tub of pretzels. And there's just the two of us in my section, and we'd even share them with the IT goobers, but we'd never eat all these things, and they're getting kind of stale.
Yes,
So-
Jason. Yes.
Broke them up, and then he mixed up a packet of ranch dressing, some red pepper flakes, and oil, shook it up, dumped it in with the pretzels, did the Macarena, threw it in the oven,
Very
and heated
much.
it back up, and oh my Lord, it was awesome. I jazzed up, and I've done it before. I mean, I've specifically bought pretzels just to do that with.
I've dipped it in
Not red
honey
pepper.
before.
He
That's
added
not bad.
cayenne, I think, but
Cayenne peppers. Look at this. See,
So they have a couple of different-
Oh, that was a different style. That one there that's the spider beam right there.
Yeah, this is a spider beam, but this is where the hexagonal beams come into play. This is a Oh, I'm sorry. Jesus Christ.
What?
It's like I'm playing cards with my brother's kids. Or
This
something.
this has
telling you.
the gain chart, but that's all for the spider beam, not the hex.
Yeah.
But when you come over here, they actually have this is a hex beam antenna too, but this they call the reverse W.
Yeah, that's the original design, I think.
And then I think over here, this is similar to the ones that we were just
This is
looking
what-
at now, right?
That's the the G3, whatever his name
Well,
is.
over here they actually mentioned that it's the G3 TXO. See this? And he talks about the gain, better bandwidth, and at lower SWR, and then better front to back. But this book's got like every antenna you can imagine. Here's all about the step IR beam.
What book is that you've got out now?
This is Rommel's antenna book, Hamill's antenna book.
Oh, I think that guy was.
You know
was
this
it
is serious
Pacificon?
business when the primate has the explaining glasses on.
Right. But it looks like this guy's the way to go, the G3 TXQ. They don't list the gain chart for him, but like here's the one for the. No, that's not it. They have the W. Here it is for the W beam. They have the W beam and the.
How much
spider
is that
beam.
book? When it was originally published, 27 cents.
This book is expensive. It's a
Today,
rewrite of
however.
the German version.
$40, $50 probably.
No.
Oh, don't fall off, man! Don't fall off the edge.
The flat Earth at Ape's house.
It
We
looked
got a
like he was
wee
falling
ape on
off
the
edge there.
screen.
Let me see if I can fix that. Here
He's a
we go.
wee tiny ape.
A wee tiny ape. Well, that's all I've got, man. That's
Let me
it.
find out how much that book is, because now I'm curious. There's a couple people asking in the chat.
Curious.
What about the Rohamel book? I think it was
Yeah.
about $130. And
Oh,
had
you
the
got
video.
that book, and you still ain't made a video out of it yet. Come on, son.
I'm not gonna make a video on a book.
No. Well, you can make a video on the book, then you can make a video on every single antenna in the book.
It's
Yeah.
the book. That book's like 1,500 pages.
I mean, your channel could be a lot
What else
bigger.
you doing?
Just saying.
It could.
You,
Just
you
saying.
can grow your channel with, reading a new chapter in that book every week.
Every week.
Oh,
His head's already pretty big.
Not available.
Jesse, you were
Yeah.
way late. You were 2 minutes past quitting time.
60 quid.
Yeah, somebody was
Yeah.
telling me about it. They were like, "Hey, the Rohamel book's on sale." Normally, you can find it's written in the original is in German, so like you can find that one. But
I found it in Great Britain, and it's 60 quid.
I had mine shipped from overseas, if I remember correctly.
And they will not ship this bunch won't ship it overseas.
Jerks.
Damn.
DX Engineering lists it.
Oh,
They probably don't know.
Let's see if it's on Amazon.
DX Engineering used to sell a hex beam also, but I heard on the radio the other day, I don't know for sure, that they quit selling it.
Selling what?
Their hex beam. They had a hex
The
beam.
DX Engineering hex food.
Yeah.
I mean, I guess
Check
I could.
that out
I guess I
real
could do some books videos. I have a F load of them.
I'm
There's
just telling you, man, it's been a while since you made a video.
I made one a couple days ago.
Yeah, so did I.
See here.
Yeah, so did I.
Here's my my VNA book.
Wow, that book is hard to find too.
The VNA book was hard.
No.
to find.
Yeah, I know. It's right
The-
there. Ape's got it right in his
Roth Hamill-
hands.
The
I
Roth
saw
Hamill
it.
book.
It looks like all they sell now is just the centerpiece, which is very similar to what the Buddy Hex looks like, only in metal. Very similar style.
Here we go. Used
Been around for a
hardcover
long
in
time.
German for $106.
It's okay. You just need measurements anyway.
It's got a lot of pictures in there, so if that helps.
Yeah, you don't need to read.
It's probably in metrical.
And besides, there's this app you can get on your phone called Google Translate. It'll actually literally translate while you're moving the phone around. It's pretty
You know what
slick.
that's good for is when you go to the Chinese restaurant.
Chinese restaurant.
Yeah.
Because you know how like at the Chinese restaurant they have the menu, they have an English menu and then they have a whole nother menu written in a different
With
language.
the good food.
with the
Ah.
real food.
Right.
Here we go.
Food in it.
Stupid American.
Here we go. Let me share this tab. Go to rothhamill.com, and it's available in an English translation.
We'll go on Split Pants.
I'm
Go and share
interested.
it.
Split pants.
Split pants.
He loves that one.
Listen, skinny
We
jeans.
call them culottes in Kankakee.
We used to call him Playboy. Now it's
Oh yeah,
skinny
yeah, I can
pants.
see that.
Skinny
Oh yeah,
jeans,
could you
boy.
make that bigger?
Yeah,
He
Jim.
don't know. He don't know how.
I do know how. I was trying to find the right page.
Don't you know the keyboard shortcuts, boy?
Yeah, I do. Cletus.
I don't.
Just hold your water.
Well, what's taking so dang
You want a
long?
Mac or
Listen,
window?
Beavis,
It'll be
Hold it.
next week's show by the time you get it
Wind
right.
it up. Chill out.
Sensitive Jim.
So, Roth Hamels, this right here, this website
UDP.
has the book in English, and if you open the page up, it pops up another tab. But it's
I did not know English was a Germanic language. I feel like I should have known that.
it is.
Didn't I go to
and
public school?
59 euros, which they tell you is about $62 without VAT.
You
and
got
it will
ripped
ship
off,
to the
eh?
United States.
Yeah, it's better than what Ape paid.
Yeah, I think I paid close to $150 for it.
And you ain't made a video yet.
Oh well.
I'm not planning- I
Okay,
wasn't
so
planning
in
on it.
21.88 in euros from DHL, which good luck if it actually shows up with DHL.
Is that 21 euros to ship it?
Yeah, 21 euros is the shipping price plus 59 euros. So you're looking at
$150.
$80.
It's
90
more than that.
bucks.
A euro is like $2, isn't it?
No, Cletus.
$2.
59 euros is $62.
You got xe.com pulled up?
Got what?
xe.com, son.
No, I ain't got no xe.com. Alexa, how much is 59 euros in US dollars?
59 euros is about 62 US dollars and 56 cents.
You must have cheated or some shit.
I ain't cheat, I just asked Alexa. Damn it. Shut up, Alexa. Cancel. I'm glad yeah, never mind. So let me close that and share that one.
So while you're staring off into space there, dude, what's the current status on the AIOC kit for all the toads at home playing along?
We'll be placing the order tomorrow. I expect 2 or 3 weeks because some of those parts are going to have to be ordered. They
We'll get
have
10.
almost all of it in stock. We have a test set of connectors in hand. Sparky is going to send me the board he has so I can verify that the connectors I was able
Teamwork.
to get will fit.
I'm gonna miss that board too. I'm gonna watch you like a hawk until it shows up again.
I'm going to keep it and I'm going to use APRS. Where's Don right now? Because I just said I'm going to use APRS.
You just don't do it on 146.52 again.
Right. I mean, one time. Just one goat.
One
Just
time
one
every 30
goat.
seconds.
You were the guy streaming car on the FT8 frequency, right?
No, I was on. Oh, no. No, it was not me.
Somebody said that they were doing FT8 and they heard somebody watching Coffee and Ham radios
Sure
coming
it
through
was.
the
No,
radio.
it wasn't me.
I love it.
I'm not even on that computer during the stream. So
Plausible denial. Wasn't me.
I was on FT8 a
Probably
while
wasn't
back,
me.
and somebody kept calling CQ on that frequency.
oh,
I was
I
di-
can
I was
see
dying.
that.
I hear people talking on there all the time.
CQFT8. So I have the solder guides are already printed that we'll include in the kit. I'm testing, and that's for the jacks where they get soldered to the board. So I have 2 test jacks. Steve's going to send me the board he has so I can verify the fit. I'm going to order the boards tomorrow, and then once I get the test board from Sparky there and verify that the jacks we have
Keep
will
saying
work.
I'm gonna ship it to him over and over again. Like he says it enough times, it's gonna come true.
Well, if you want this stuff to be tested, I don't really want to order all these boards until we know that these jacks will work.
I know somebody that will.
We're ordering 50, right?
Yeah.
So to be fair, FT8 on the dummy load was KD9OLN. I mean, he is a fellow toad. Don't get me wrong, but
I mean,
even Jim's not that low. Jim will
everybody
not
has their
FT8 on a
moments.
dummy load.
Okay, everybody has their moments. Sam
Marvin
Weaver,
wants
I'm
to
not
know
even on our
what
repeaters.
is this project? This project is a USB-C connected sound card and serial device to plug into your K connector style radios, which lets you do VARA, WinLink, APRS programming, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera. And the K connector is the standard Baofeng connector. It's actually the Kenwood connector, to be pedantic,
Kenwood,
but it's
yeah.
it's a connector on your Baofeng, and it's a connector on your BTEC, and it's a connector on your Kenwoods, obviously. But I think Yaesu's a little bit different. But like your Radiality radios and things like that, you'll find that
hand.
connector.
Yeah,
This
any of
is a
those
single,
radios
I
with the two jacks.
The 2.5 and the 3.5.
Well, and I will tell you, I think there's a different size on those too. I've got some radio that has a Kenwood style connector, but it's
But
not
the
the same
spacing is a tad off.
Yeah, there's.
and I don't
somewhere
remember
I've got
which
the
one it
cable.
was. I want to say it might be a Retevis RT52 or a Fang
be.
DMR
It's a
1801.
Yaesu. I think there was a Yaesu that
Yeah.
had
Is it a Yaesu?
Marvin, we did a live stream on Ham Nuggets where we took the thing out of the box for the first time and made some APRS contacts and programmed a Baofeng with it and everything. So take a look at that one over there. That'll tell you. And we're doing a group buy on Toads. I think we're already 50 strong. So,
Well, we're gonna.
Holy moly.
We're not
Upper
doing it on.
E.
Go
You
ahead
want to
and
tell them the details of how we're doing the buy, or is that?
we don't have the
See-
details yet. Right now, we're just taking names.
these are similar but different. See that? Here, let me do this.
Yeah, that's the cable I got, Ape. Same one. Yep.
Perhaps if the people could see that. There we go.
Similar but different. This is the Fang one right here.
Yeah,
This
and
is
the other
this
one's
is
too
the other one.
close.
And that other one I think is like a Yaesu or something like that.
Yaesus are single usually.
Yeah, I'm.
Maybe it's a Wook San or something like that. I really don't know.
I know
Yeah.
her. We dated in high school.
Wuxan.
Wuxane.
Yeah.
Wuxan.
Wuxan.
I think the police did a song about
there
it.
you
too,
go.
man.
K1 is 11 millimeter on center, and M1 is 8 millimeter on center.
See, but look at Todd saying
Okay.
that Yaesu has the same connectors but much closer. See, I think it is Yaesu.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then ICOM on the 705 has the connectors in I think they're both 3.5s.
Yeah,
Or
but
they're
it's
backwards.
not a K1. It's not a K1
No,
style
it's-
thing. It's just
It's two separate connectors, and I think they're actually backwards.
And no, there's going to be no gas station USB cable.
Got to get your own gas station USB cable, man.
Right.
I'm
Is that,
only doing that because there's no Wawa near me, and I'm actually jealous.
Go up to
Is,
the
that
Flying
a, is
J.
that a C on that thing, Steve? A USB-C
Yes.
on the board?
Yes.
Must
So
be just
after we
certain
get all the
Yaesus
parts
then,
in
'cause
hand and can
mine's single.
verify assembly, then we'll let you guys know the deets on getting them.
You got to take the cover off, Chuck.
There is a Google
I
form
did
which I've
take it
posted in the AIOC room on Toads. If you're interested, just fill in your name and your call sign. It's not an order form. It was just to let us know how many we needed to set. And we're going to get together a batch of 50 to start with. And we'll see where we go from there.
Marvin, I don't know about them dollar store USB cables.
No.
No, Marvin. And if you do use one, don't let someone find out because he will relentlessly mock you for your cabling decisions.
Yeah, I mean, it's like buying a steak at the dollar store. You know what I mean?
What? What's wrong with the dollar store steak?
Son.
Dollar store sushi's better.
I get gas station sushi all the time.
No, you don't yet. That's probably why you. That's why you didn't go to Hamcation because you were sick.
That's
from
why
the
you
gas
stood me
stations.
up at the airport, you bitch. You're such a bitch.
I stopped at that gas station in Dothan, Alabama, and said, "Ooh, sushi!
Oh my
It's
God.
not that warm. It'll be all right."
U-turn. Why was it under the heat lamp?
I don't know. Maybe they were searing the tuna. It smelled.
Oh, that
funny,
sounds
though.
good. Seared gas station
Yeah.
tuna.
Yummy. Charles, what are you doing?
I just
Dollar
found out
Heath.
my radio's dead. So.
I mean, we still got a show going on here, and it's kind of your chicken to hump. So
It's
I,
a parasitic
I think
battery
I think he looked like he was doing some work. If you know what I mean. What
Chuck's already left.
I'm
Chuck left the
I
show
thought my
15 minutes
camera
ago.
was off. I thought the camera was off.
Oh,
Kathy, get in here.
What radio is that, Charles?
3DR, 53.
I'm feeling frisky.
I didn't know you had
53DR.
3DR.
I took my blue
I bought-
pill
actually,
15
it was
minutes
cheaper
ago.
than the. Doesn't show it's charging though. That's weird.
This is Cafe Noir, after all.
Cafe Noir.
Well, there was all those masked one-liners we let slide.
We
so,
didn't say anything at all about Chuck's erection skills. The whole show. We just let that one
Well, we
slide,
was talking
man.
about
I
his
don't know.
pole.
I don't know how we did that.
That was Joe Brett the other night. I don't know what he's talking about.
We have Mercury's back in stock. If you missed the tweet,
Uh-oh.
do-
Uh-oh. Guy's got me in trouble now.
what's he
Did I
doing?
miss
Yep.
the tweet?
Shit, this took a turn.
No, 8 put out the tweet. We have
Oh, you're in trouble with the
snap.
missus now, Chuck.
Well, it doesn't say I'm in trouble.
No, but we know.
Yeah,
I mean, it doesn't say it. But you know
my
how
wife's
it goes.
never been on our YouTube stream because she's afraid she'll have to listen to you guys talk about radio, and it'd probably make her pass out.
Oh, we don't talk about
If she wants
radio
to
on this
watch
show.
a stream with no radio in it, she could watch the Clubhouse.
Oh, he went there. Shots
Joe
fired.
Brett is right
Shots
here. I
fired.
mean, you know.
Listen, I normally don't say anything because I don't want to punch down. But the thing is that I mean, I watched the show the other
punch
night,
down.
and
son.
it was like zero ham radio
Hey, well,
content.
they admitted it though. They said they didn't.
Oh my
Right?
God.
To be fair, that's what happens at my clubhouse.
Right. Would they talk about more than ham radios talk about their old episodes? It should be called the Old Episode Clubhouse. Won't say
Oh,
anything.
Kevin got his Tumblr today. Look at that.
I will say that
Thank you,
Joe
Kevin.
Brett
Hope you
is
enjoy it.
one of the most prolific videographers of that bunch.
Of the clubhouse, yes.
Yes.
On a scale of 1 to 2 videos a year, Joe Brett ranks.
5 or
2.
6. Oh my God.
Oh, there it
anyway,
goes.
we have
Old Andrew Jack's trying to come in third now, behind Shane.
I know.
Yeah, he just posted
it's
a video
all his
today.
navigation videos. Yeah. Yeah.
He had the M17 guys.
Well, you could go to like some
Andrew Jack
hamfest and
did.
put out
Jason
10
had
videos on
two
the
of
same
them.
hamfest. I know people that do that.
Who had M17 on 8?
Steve did from the clubhouse.
Okay.
Andrew
South
Jack.
Carolina Steve. He had
Yeah, I know.
KO4 AFAL.
Yeah. Jason, you're right. Joe Brett has the voice that makes the videos sound official.
He does. He's official. Plus, he has a mustache like Magnum PI.
Right.
You know what I mean? You'd almost think that he was the police officer of the bunch.
Right. Since I don't think Chuck
He
is
is,
going to
isn't he?
ever end this stream.
Oh,
I'm gonna-
is it up to me? Hey, thanks.
no,
for
I got
coming,
it. I
guys.
got it. I
Thanks
got
for
it.
coming,
Chuck.
everybody.
Remain calm. Go
You're in
take
the
your
upper
pill.
left, Chuck.
I hope I helped.
That's what that scene means.
All right, we're out of here.
Thank you, everybody.
We're out of here.
Thank you.
We have Mercury's in stock. We have Apollo's
yeah.
in stock. We have Tumblers in stock. And
Jim
our
with the
stickers.
Minnesota
backs.
long goodbye.
They are back.
Right.
Bye.
All right, everybody. See ya.